do is go to Google and you can set up an alert and you get an email on your favorite whatever. If you're into Robert Irvine, right? You like food, you're into Robert Irvine, type in Robert Irvine and they'll give you Robert Irvine news. You want Lee Honish news. Hey, I make the news remarkably more than I care to mention. Anything new posted that goes on the web, you will get a notification. Food Network. I just happen to have Oscar de la Hoya and Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. on my alert status. And both of them bring me joy on a daily basis. Oscar hit the daily double of shitstorms. I've discovered that I get joy in watching other people be unhappy. Does that make me a hater?
Yeah, of course. That's the definition of one. Yes, sir.
Because I watch, the show Gold Rush on Discovery Channel? One of the groups is the Hoffmans. And I watch the show specifically to watch the Hoffmans fail at finding gold. And they keep praying to God. They keep doing prayers. Dad, can you say a prayer? And they say a prayer and they can't find gold. Then the crew walks off.
You're so stupidly.
It's true. And I told
is that why you're against them though? Because they're praying for gold or they're praying for wealth?
Wait, by the way, the name of their company is Mining 316. I can't even make this shit up.
Nice.
They literally showed them praying once an episode and then something terrible happening to them. And that just proves to me that God has a sense of humor. He does.
Hey, you take this back to boxing. I hate it when fighters always put, yeah, he's going to make me win. He's going to make me win. It's like, dude, you're telling the kids this that are watching, then you lose the fight. What's that leave to them?
We need to bring back an old segment. Lee Honish's advice to young fighters. Here's one of those episodes of Lee Honish giving advice to young fighters. You want to pray to whatever God you believe in, and there are many and many versions. I'm here to be politically correct. Here's what you want to say. Keep that fighter safe, keep me safe, and let me do the best I can do. That's a fine prayer.
That's it.
That's a fine prayer. Let us both be safe and go home at the end of the night.
Yep.
I'm cool with that. I'd like to thank God both of us are happy and healthy after this fight. I want to thank God for letting me beat the shit out of this dude.
Or I think God put me on this earth to beat him. Remember that? I was like, oh. You're putting a lot of faith behind that one, man.
Yeah, easy Islam there. What, you going to be blowing up something next?
Will you stop? You're going to get us put on the watch list.
Our fan base in Egypt. For those that date back that far into the show, yes, we were the #1 sports and recreation show in Egypt for whatever reason. But I like the people who think, I'd like to thank Al Heyman, then God. Because Al Heyman's above God. Because Al Heyman had a big week. Oscar had a bad week. Schaefer made a reappearance.
I'm telling you, Oscar lost a lot on Tuesday night. Lee, when you are sending out tweets from a bar, you look shit-faced. Your pictures don't even look good that are being posted about you on social media. And then you go and jump in your
car, you go
Range
and have
Rover,
a couple of drinks. You're just sitting in a bar feeling bad. I'll play out Oscar's last week. Here's how I see it.
Did he already know? Did he already knew?
Told him. Yeah, that's what I think. I think Oscar got told that day
that he lost.
It's not looking good.
Yeah.
It's not looking good. This isn't going to work. It's going to hit the news in the next couple of days. You're not going to win this case. It's going to get thrown out. And for those of you who don't know, there was a case against the PBC, Al Heyman,
just Al Heyman, the PBC, the Ali Act. This was about the Ali Act.
Basically poaching fighters. Right?
That's poaching fighters, revenue. Oscar was saying that he believed the PBC was renting venues and then not even putting on fights, but he was doing it just so nobody could compete with what he had going on that night.
So he puts that case up. I think his goal was to keep it tied up and just drain money out of the PBC. I don't think he ever thought. Maybe he did. I don't know. Maybe he really thought he had a case.
He has a lot of power, he had a lot of power in California. He's made a lot of these big wigs over here, a lot of money, especially in L.A. He was with the governor playing golf or something last year. They had that out there. But Lee, when you get in this much trouble with drug and alcohol, and especially this DUI where they have...
Well, I think he got the bad news. So he decides to go to Pasadena and toss a couple back. I don't even know what he's doing in Pasadena. Like, I don't even understand what he's doing in the
By himself.
By himself.
What
which leads me to believe that he's banging some stripper or whore in Pasadena.
Story to come later.
I'm just talking out loud. Future pictures of him in lingerie in the city of Pasadena while getting drunk where was he? The 35. I know the town. Okay, this is my backyard. Where is he? The 35er having drinks? Like, there's nowhere he could go where he wouldn't stick out like a sore thumb in Pasadena. This isn't like going to Hollywood. You're not,
It's just weird, Lee. He's got a problem.
Totally weird. So he's out getting drunk, getting loaded, gets popped for a DUI. 2 days later, the news hits. His case is getting thrown out of court.
They have video.
Now, all of a sudden, which is making me even more entertained, Al Heyman photos are now circulating around the web this past week of him with a grin on his face from ear to ear. Like, I've never seen this many Al Heyman photos, let alone this many Al Heyman photos with him just smiling. And if you don't believe me, just type in Al Heyman on Twitter and take a look at the photos. They're all basically the same photos of Al Heyman with a shit-eating smile on his face. And then, to make it worse, Oscar's former business partner and nemesis just shows up out of the woodwork in Vegas and holds his first press conference. It's been a rough week for Oscar.
Yeah, no, it really has. And like I said, he brought this upon himself. I think he's losing his power. Look at these guys that run the sport, or he was linked up with what is the company that owns the Lakers arena?
Yeah, the
AEG or something. Yeah.
Anheuser or something.
Those are his friends. You're over in the governor's office shooting the shit, playing golf. These are friends. You're not supposed to lose a case in California. Especially
thrown out. It doesn't even get heard. It got thrown out.
Yeah.
That's some fucked up shit.
Like 48 hours after your dumbass was in a Range Rover speeding up the street drunk, and they have video. He failed the sobriety test. We all know those are filmed. I bet you his friends have already seen those films.
Oh, I can't wait.
Right?
God, I can't wait for that to circulate.
He is losing this big time. He looked sad last night. He looked upset.
And here's the thing.
And
it can't get any worse. And then you got Schaefer doing a press conference. Like, it's just not going Oscar's way.
You have your guy, Francisco Vargas, undefeated, losing in front of you, right? We knew he was losing the fight. He was behind on the cards from the very beginning, and it just was getting worse as the fight
Oscar
carried on.
I didn't.
I believe he was there. They didn't show him one single time.
Right.
It looked like he just put on a sports coat and went to the fights, Lee. He wasn't really dressed for the moment, in my opinion. And I think that's because it's been a very, very hard week for him. But he's doing this shit to himself. He needs to fucking grow up. He's a multi-millionaire running a multi-million-dollar company. He has one of the biggest stars in his company. What is your problem? You do have one. I don't care how many times he's been to rehab. They're not working. You need to keep your ass there. But I'm afraid that he's already lost it. And maybe they're voting for the other guys to start winning in this boxing world. If I'm Saul Alvarez, I'm thinking very hard about where I take my future with Golden Boy. It
doesn't matter because look, Chavez versus Canelo is going to redeem the whole thing.
Exactly. No, Lee, they have him. There's a lot of insiders think he ain't winning. He's not going to win that fight. And then Oscar's really screwed.
Oh, so great if that happened. No, well, I don't know. I'm conflicted. Do I want Chavez to win and then he gets up the nerve and thinks he can take on Triple G?
It'll be Triple G or Andre Ward. It'll be somebody big. It's Ward or Triple G. It's whoever Chavez wants to face because he makes that money. If he beats Canelo, Chavez is going to be the number one.
Stop. You're just...
Lee, that's a 165 fight. You stop. I don't even know. Canelo didn't even have power at 154. He's, like I said, look at his record. He only knocks out welterweights who move up. And now he's supposed to fight a light heavyweight? A guy that can take a punch? A guy that went 12 rounds with the pound-for-pound guy and almost beat him? There's a lot going on Chavez's side in this fight. Oh, fuck, man.
Just saying.
Oh, you are there. I thought you cut off.
I'm here. I'm just trying to debate the... No.
Oscar is in a real bad position right now. He needs to save this.
Just because I really enjoy watching Oscar suffer, am I willing to become a Chavez fan? That's tough for me, Andrew. No, I got to be honest. That's tough for me.
It's a win. It's a win-win for you.
I don't like to bandwagon.
It's a win-win.
I don't know if it's a win-win.
Oh, you stop. You've talked so much about Canelo. You and Willie were paper champs.
I gotta be honest. I don't like Canelo.
So, I believe it's a win-win for you. You're gonna see either Golden Boy meltdown that night, or you're gonna watch Chavez and Chavez Jr. and Senior meltdown that night. But it's a win-win.
All right. Well, let's end the show on a positive note. As many of you know, we will end on that note because that probably will be the ultimate demise of Oscar De La Hoya on that particular night. One way or the other. It'll either be his rebirth.
Damn, he's had so many of them, though, Lee.
Ooh.
What is this, his fourth comeback? Remember
what
this?
What if this is Oscar's true total demise? It really does go down that weekend.
He was arrested
Schaefer's
on
in
the
town
Canelo.
promoting fights and doing press conferences. Al Heyman puts on a PBC fight card on Friday night before the fight. Like, they're just all, like, the vultures are in the air.
They won.
Ooh, how great would that be?
They won. Maybe they were smart. Maybe
how
they knew.
How great would it be if there was a PBC fight on that Friday night, the 5th? On Cinco de Mayo.
I mean, there probably will be. I'm not.
No, come on. You already know that Bob's trying to figure out who he can put on Friday night.
There's many venues in Vegas, and there's going to be a lot of Mexicans in Vegas. I think there's enough to go around. Seriously.
All right, as we've been doing, because we are getting closer and closer to that May date, contracts are signed, tickets. Have they officially released tickets yet?
Not yet, but they did announce it on HBO, so the thing is real. Chavez Canelo is officially made.
We will once again recommend that you book your room if you're dead serious about going to Vegas. The prices still haven't jumped to completely out-of-bounds prices. Those corners are starting to get out of control, like the Vidara's $227 a night. Anything that gets you close, like the Bellagio is at $329 a night. Planet Hollywood's $200 a night. Caesar's at $300 a night. Aria's $300 a night. Hard Rock's $150. Now those prices don't sound that crazy. Andrew, did you book the condo yet?
No.
What?
I haven't booked nothing yet. No, sir.
All right. I'm just telling you. Everybody's got to get on this if you want to go. Because this really could be like the last great Oscar moment.
If he's even there. He's been arrested on big fight weeks.
There. Come on.
Lee, he was in rehab for Mayweather Canelo. He got arrested nights before that and didn't even show up. Come on. This guy's a train wreck right now.
No, he's got to be there, dude. Look, I'm going just so that I can go troll the clubs and try to find Oscar. Like, I'm going to go be a stalker.
I can't believe he doesn't have a driver. It's just so weird how these guys make these decisions, man. All he needs is a fucking driver. That's it. 65, 60 grand, maybe even cheaper. And he would have someone 24 hours a day.
I'm just telling you the way I see it. I don't know how you pass that up. Like, this...
You don't have one friend. You don't have one friend that you can call on a drop of a dime and he can come get you, huh?
Yeah, here's who you call because it's on my phone. It's called Uber, asshole.
Maybe he doesn't want Uber freaking seeing how shit-faced he is. You know, we don't know what kind of state Oscar puts himself in when he goes balls to the wall. but you don't have one guy in your stable. You've been this rich and famous for this long, and there's not one friend, one yes man that is around you.
He's got a black car service where they keep their mouth shut. They just do.